What's good, everybody? It's Mike Reed, and welcome to My Life Ministries, where leadership, influence, faith, and evolvement are the principles that we look to live by every single day. And by us living those principles, it helps us to help youth become motivated young leaders to implement faith every day in their lives as well. Today, I just want to get on here to encourage somebody and just let them know that you are not your mistake. Some of us have made mistakes today. Some of us have made mistakes yesterday. Some of us have even made mistakes a week ago. But the guilt of that mistake still sits heavy on our shoulders. It still sits heavy on our plates to the point to where we feel like we can't get away from it. The enemy has come and he's placed these thoughts in our mind that that God is disappointed at us, that God no longer likes us, that the plan of God is no longer going to work for our lives, that every step that you made towards God or towards what God has called you to do, you just taken 100 to 200 steps back to the point to where you're not going to be able to catch up to the same position in the same place that God had you in. But I'm here today to let you know that you are not your mistake, and you sit back and you have so much guilt that piles on you because of the situation that you're in. And the reason why our mistakes have come to pass is because we focus so much on our circumstances, and we focus so much on the things that are around us every single day in our lives. And I know that sometimes that the pressure of the world, it can be so traumatizing. The pressure of the world and the things that of our responsibilities, they can be so traumatizing to the point to where you feel like your head is going to explode and you feel like giving up, and you've actually hit a place to where you're just like, God, there's so much that's going on around me that I am literally done with this. That I am literally done with this. Why not live the way that, that the world offers me? Why not go ahead and just and smoke? Or why not go ahead and drink? Or why not go ahead and dib and dabble into whatever it is that I want to do, to try to ease this pain or to ease this frustration or to ease this hurt. And the reason why those things come up inside of your mind is because you're so focused on the situation. In the situation, yes, I know that it looks big. I know that it looks hard. I know that it looks like, I know that you can't see a way out of it. But when you can't see a way out of your situation, you got to understand that God has already made a way out of it. God has already seen the way. He's already prepared the way for you. So just because you've made a mistake and you allowed yourself to get off track, please understand that you are not your mistake. See, the most important thing is that you ran back to God. When you ran to God and you said, Lord, I am so sorry, and you asked God to forgive you, that's when God knew, and he separated your sin as far as the east is from the west, and he does not remember it anymore. So if he does not remember it, what sense does it make for us to sit up in here and ponder on the things that we've done that aren't like God, or the mistakes that we've made? We are not our mistakes. We will never be our mistakes. So the thing we have to understand is that when we make a mistake, we can't dwell on it and we can't sit in the mistake. We have to learn from the mistake, and we have to sit back and say, okay, God, whatever it is that you have for me, God, that's what I'm going to focus on. God, whatever direction that you want me to go in, that's what I'm going to focus on, because no matter what it looks like, I have to release control. We have to release control of the situations that we're going through. We have to learn how to release control of those situations that we're going to, because it causes us to get caught up, and we begin to get caught up in our own thinking. We begin to get caught up in our own mess. We begin to get caught up in our own life because we are not taking God with us. We're not taking God with us in the situation. I know that it's been hard. I know that it's been difficult. I know that it's been a struggle, but we have to understand that no matter what it is that we go through, the mistakes are not worth it. Don't let the temptation come into your mind and get you off track away from who God is. And I'm not here to encourage people to let them know that, man, just because God forgives you means that you could just go out there and you could just mess up all the time. And then you mess up all the time and you run towards God, then God forgives you. Then you find yourself going back out there and then you going back to God. That's not what I'm saying. Learn from your mistakes. That's what it is. Learn from your mistakes, but don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up when you find yourself falling short. Don't beat yourself up when you feel heavy. And the reason why is because heaviness isn't of God. You know, guilt isn't of God. So when you feel guilty about the things that you've done that are not like God, or the moments that you stepped away from God, you know, don't allow that guilt to come against you. You know, because He doesn't make you feel guilty. You know, God, He'll correct you. You know, He'll correct you and He'll let you know, hey, you need to be stronger in this area next time. So when I'm speaking to you in the middle of what you're going through, before you make that mistake, when the enemy is trying to attack you and do all these different types of things, listen to my voice. Listen to my voice, because that's where you're going to find your answer. And the moment that you do that, that's the moment that you're going to win in it. So you are not your mistake. You will never be your mistake. So don't allow your mistake to make you feel guilty, because you win already. Go to God, ask God for forgiveness, and then you get back on the path and you keep walking the way that God wants you to walk, and everything is going to work out fine. So I just wanted to get on here and encourage somebody and let them know you are not your mistake. So don't act like you're a mistake, because you're not. You guys have a wonderful and a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon.